Cardinal George Pell has been sentenced to 6 years in prison. He will be eligible for parole after 3 years and 8 months. The former Vatican treasurer was found guilty of sexually abusing 2 choir boys in the 1990s. Pell was convicted on 5 counts involving sexual abuse. Emma O'Sullivan from our partners at Network 10 in Australia was in the courtroom as the sentence was handed down. She joins us now from Melbourne. Emma, thanks so much for being with us. First, what was it like in the courtroom as the judge announced the sentence?
Well, the courtroom was packed and there was another room set up where people could watch and listen, and in what was unusual, he also allowed the media to broadcast this sentence live. So after detailing his sentencing remarks for an hour, he asked the Cardinal to stand and announced his fate, that he will serve 6 years and must serve at least 3 years and 8 months before he's eligible for parole. This case has obviously sent shockwaves throughout the Catholic Church in Australia and around the world because, as you mentioned, George Pell is the Vatican's former treasurer and he was considered the 3rd most powerful Catholic in the world. George Pell himself was poker-faced as those years were announced. He didn't show any reaction and he bowed to the judge as he was led away to go back to prison where he'll begin serving his sentence.
Well, Emma, what was the maximum sentence that Pell was facing, and what did the judge give as his reasons for the 6 years that he actually sentenced Cardinal Pell to?
So the maximum penalty at the time these offences occurred in the mid-1990s within the cathedral, the foremost place of Catholic worship in the city of Melbourne. The maximum penalty for an indecent act with a child and sexual penetration of a child under 16 was 10 years, and he was convicted of 5 charges, all the charges that were before the jury that found him guilty of these offences. This wasn't a situation where he was going to be sentenced to decades in jail, however, because there were a lot of factors the judge was legally required to take into account, including the Cardinal's advanced age. He did say during the sentencing that it's possible that Cardinal Pell may not survive before his prison sentence finishes, given the number of health issues he's facing. In detailing the offending, he called it breathtakingly arrogant. These crimes were said to have happened inside the cathedral straight after the Cardinal had presided over solemn Sunday Mass in a room called the priest's sacristy. The court heard that these 2 boys, who were 13 at the time and had just performed in the church choir, had found some sacramental wine and were getting up to mischief, taking some swigs, when the Cardinal found them and then abused them. The judge said it was callous, it was brazen, and that the Cardinal ignored the boys' objections and told them to be quiet when they started crying.
And Emma, what happens now? Is there a possibility that the Cardinal could appeal?
Yes, his legal team has always maintained, and George Pell has always maintained, that he is innocent of these charges. And even before he was sentenced, they lodged paperwork to appeal against his conviction in Victoria's highest court. That appeal is set down for June 5 and 6. Now, it's possible, although it would be unusual, the Cardinal could apply for bail pending the outcome of that appeal, but for now, he is behind bars.
All right, Emma O'Sullivan reporting. Emma, thank you very much.
Thank you.